Right, what's happening guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing out there? Today, you asked and I will supply. After I did the video with Dad in the G80 M3, I saw a lot of comments asking for my dad to be back on the channel. So, you ask, I deliver. Dad is going to be taking a look at my E92 M3 because actually, I don't think he's seen this car since I've bought it. So it's going to be really interesting to get his point of view on this in comparison to the G80 M3 that we had the other day. Can you believe that collection of cars that we went to look at the other day? I didn't actually end up buying anything from there in the end because you know what? I'm saving my money. I'm trying to sort of put some money aside so that if there is the right car that comes along, then I can pick it up. Which leads me nicely into my video today, which is very, very kindly sponsored by Plum. Now, Plum is a really, really great app, guys. It's one that I've been using recently because you know what? We're always really busy. We're all trying to put some money aside for the things that we want. And I read something the other day that was saying that having money in classic cars is almost better than having it in a bank. Don't quote me on that one. Now, the best thing about Plum is it is a completely free app for you guys at home to use. Over 1 million people have already downloaded this and I can absolutely see why. Since I've downloaded it, I've just been managing to save money for once without even thinking about it. That's the great thing about the app is that it looks at how much you're earning, how much you're spending, and then it analyzes it all in its little brain to then safely put away X amount each month, which lets you get to your overall savings goal. So as you can see on my app here, you have your little pockets, which has got your X amount in there. And it also links to all of your bank account totally seamlessly. I won't tell you what I've been spending all my money on, but a lot of it is McDonald's, don't worry about that. So for this savings pocket here, it has different rules. Now I like this because you can either have like, okay, I'm feeling in and just a normal savings mood, or if you're eager and you want to save a little bit more, you can change it up here to eager and then it will just take that 25% extra, or you can go fully up to beast mode, which is 75%. One of the other things that I really love about this app as well is it has these roundups. Like every Monday, it'll round it with transactions to the nearest pound and transfer the spare change. So you can click this roundups here. Any of the spare change that it can, it will just round it up to the nearest pound and then put that all into your savings as well. And there's one other good thing for you guys. If you decide to download Plum, Plum has decided that somebody who uses my code to download the app, if you manage to save some money in 8 weeks, they will actually match your savings. So one of you guys will be a lucky savings winner. Guys, I'm going to put the link here on the screen and in the description below. Make sure you download it. There's nothing to lose here, I absolutely promise you. And yeah, in the comments, tell me what you're saving for. It could be a rainy day, or it could be, you know, 2J's Eve and, you know, lots of all those other things that we need in our drift cars. Essentials. Right then, Dad, you're back on the channel. What do you what do you think of the E92 M3? So this is my E92 M3 Jerez Black Metallic 4-litre V8 manual 2009. Trying to get all the stats in there.
I like V8.
You like V8? What do you think of the, right, first of all, let's start at the top. The last car you reviewed was the G80 M3. Now, this is my E92. What do you think looks-wise?
It's better looking at the front. And I've nearly finished the wing mirrors off.
Yeah.
Not quite, but...
Nearly, not quite.
Nearly.
But that was, it's a little bit better than the G80 ones, isn't it?
It looks like they paid attention-ish.
I think it's a good-looking car.
The front is nicer.
Isn't it?
I think.
Yeah,
and I like it, it's a V8, because I'm brought up on V8s.
I know. I can't believe I've never actually taken you out in this car. I've had it for like, it feels like forever, but no,
when we went out in it.
When we've actually been out in it, yes, Dad, as you were the other day. Yep, so at the minute it's all completely standard bodywork. There's no extra splitters or side skirts or boot spoilers.
No.
Yet.
I like the two-door configuration. Okay.
Wheels are in good nick, actually.
Yes, they are.
It's the only car that I've bought that's
They're hardly curbed.
not curbed at all.
Well, okay.
Touch them. I tell you what though, the car has been in the wars a little bit with the paintwork.
Yes.
Did you spot where my car came from?
Titty Ho.
Titty Ho Motor Co. I'm serious, that's a legit name of a garage.
Okay.
I'm going to keep that on the plate.
Not a hobby.
No. The car, oh God, and it begins. No, I like this car, Dad. I think it's smart. It's one that I want to keep with me for a while.
No, it's nice. I think It's purer, isn't it? It's sort of reached, they've reached a zenith. And
Zenith.
it does what it says on the tin.
Well, it's a lot more raw, isn't it? It's not. It's got
Quick
not
car,
got.
but and the manual gearbox, I imagine, is it 6-speed?
She is. Yep.
Okay.
Obviously,
that must be fun.
there are a few little things here and there. Like she has had a slight bump on the rear. Well, I think that's either someone nudged into it because it's not enough. It's enough to crack the paint, but it's not enough to deform the bumper. So.
No, well, it's a sort of 5 mile an hour impact, isn't it? It's crazed the paint.
You could be, you could work at a crash specialist. It's, yeah, that did it.
Got a dent there.
Yeah, there's a few dents popping up all over the place, to be honest. Is there another one there as well? This car's being resprayed anyway, so.
It's underrun something.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to show you underneath here because this is obviously at the heart of everything. The last BMW that we looked at was a 3-litre inline 6.
Oh, look at that, proper V8.
Whereas this is
That's a big lump, isn't it?
4-litre V8 now. So this is one of the things I'm going to change, Dad. This is the plenum here. I'm going to change this all to a carbon one with a carbon intake system as well.
What horsepower is this?
About, I think from factory they're just over 400. I can't remember, to be totally honest. Just over 4 though. It doesn't feel any faster than just over 400 anyway.
Okay.
It's good though.
It's enough though, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is the only M3 that BMW ever did as a V8.
Really?
Obviously you started off with E30s, which were 4 cylinders.
Well, it's...
And then 36s, 46s, they were 6s, yep. And then V8, and then back to 6s. Like that G80 that we were in, that was over 500. Jump in, let's go for a ride. Like the carbon roof as well, it's very nice. You're just poking things again, yeah, like it. No, look, and also the good thing about this car is, Dad, the seats in it are a lot more OAP friendly. It's a lot easier for you to get into one of these. Oh, mind the soap on the floor. That's why you might have slightly slippy feet. Is that better?
Yes, a lot better.
Isn't it? The seats are comfy. It's a little bit more...
It's a nice interior, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's a lot more simple, but does the trick.
Yeah, the seats are good. Not quite so...
restrictive, shall we say.
restrictive.
I just think it's fair. I'm sorry about the floor. A whole thing of soap went all over the floor, so that's why your feet might slide around. You might see some bubbles coming up from the mat there. Don't, honestly. I was about to have a meltdown when I saw that happening. At least it smells nice in there.
It does. I like the wheel.
It's only a small bit of makeup on it.
Yeah, just a bit.
But the good thing about this car is how it drives at the end of the day.
Yes.
Raucous than the other car, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun though, isn't it? It makes the right sort of noise.
Yeah, that's the good thing about having
I like the V8 noise. For me, any car that's got a V8 in is a good car.
It's really responsive.
Yeah.
Like, it's naturally aspirated. And do you know what? Like, even though it's a car from 2009, it still feels really planted on the road.
Yeah.
Like, it's really fun to drive.
It's a very solid car, isn't it? It's not rattling or anything. It's,
nope.
It goes around the corners well.
But you think
I feel very confident in it.
that's good news.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. And I love the noise it makes. As I say, it's fast as well. We're up to 70 and then in no time.
Exactly. Exactly. But I think, do you know what? As I said, like, considering they only made one V8 M3, it's become fast, like one of my favourite cars ever. Like, this hasn't even had any modifications to it yet. Like, I want to do a slight exhaust on it. Yeah. And then obviously once it's got the plenum, it sounds mental. Like James has got the carbon plenum on
so
his
it
car.
howls a bit.
Yeah, like it's proper.
Comes
like,
alive.
Absolutely, like it's quite muted at the minute.
Yeah.
You can put superchargers and stuff on these, but I don't think I want to, you know?
No.
Like I'd like just having it as a usable...
The purity of a naturally aspirated car.
Yeah, and it's just drivable. Like I drive this about loads at the minute. Do you know, like, again, it's one of those things, like, remember we were talking about drag racing, to have a 400 400 brake horsepower, revving to over 8,000 RPM engine in a drag car.
I mean, that is competition stuff. To make a big V8 rev as high as that, you need to do a fair bit to it, and this is an everyday car that you can go and get the groceries in. That's the remarkable thing about this technology. Yeah,
like these rev out and they sound wicked.
Yeah. Well, it comes alive, doesn't it?
100%.
And as I say, most V8s that I've ever had anything to do with, like in our Mustang, that's all over it for just under 5,000 RPM. Well, I don't think it'll go much beyond that. I mean, that partly because of hydraulic lifters, but the fact that this revs to 8,000, that would be all-out competition 20 years ago.
It's crazy, isn't it? This is a 2009 car.
Yeah.
But it's been kept really well. The guy that I bought it off, he was quite meticulous about how he kept his cars. That's why everything before I got into it.
The interior is immaculate, isn't it?
Yes, it's a really
I mean, the exterior is mostly immaculate.
Yeah.
It's just a few little bits, but then it's the journey of the car. Actually, you're better off having an honest car than somebody who's tried to hide all the little dings.
Yeah.
Because you then have to think, well, what else is it trying to hide? Whereas if it's apparent that there's a few bits and pieces wrong with it, and they're not exactly wrong, there's nothing that can't be put right.
See how much it revs though?
Yeah.
I just like the pickup on it. Now, do you know, like when you're driving a turbo car, you always said to have. Sorry, just one sec. It just has such a nice pickup. I need to do the brakes as well.
Yeah.
They're just fabulous cars to drive. Like, I think for going on a track or something like that, picking up one of I picked up one of these pretty much when they were at the bottom of their depreciation. So I picked this up for
Would be a great track day car. It sounds great, but the power delivery is not at all peaky, is it? It's that sort of linear response.
Yes.
It's delivering torque all the way through the rev range, and that's pretty remarkable.
And with the box in it as well.
For an engine that must be fairly well tuned.
Yeah.
70 miles an hour again.
Just like that, 70.
Just like that.
Well, that's your experience of the E92. Next time we'll go out in the 930 because that's a whole nother animal.
Okay.
Altogether.
Yes. No, this is it's an interesting car.
Yeah. Good
and
fun.
It suits you.
Thanks.
And so I think yes, it's quite a bit different car to the red one.
To the G80, yeah. No, it's good. It's good fun.
But I think it's a better car for you than the yellow one was.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a very easy, fun to use car. That's the main thing at the end of the day. Like I don't think you buy a 4-litre V8 if you want to just ponce around in it.
No.
There you go. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. On to the 930 next. That's going to be the next video where Dad joins me. That's it for this video. Make sure you do have a look at Plum. Trust me, guys, a really great resource. Free to download. There's over 1 million people that have already downloaded it now. If you want to save up for, I don't know, maybe an E92 or something, check out the link in my description. Make sure you check it out. But other than that, from us, that's it. We'll see you soon. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dad. Bye.